So ladies and gents, this is what I like to hear. The brand new Hellraiser film, rated R for strong bloody violence and graphic nudity. That's about right, I think. It's about what we want from a Hellraiser film, don't you? Now, I've heard good things about this from test screenings. I've done a leaked video on the test screening, bit of plot details and stuff like that. So, I've heard good things about this. I'm sort of eagerly anticipating this. I think there's the potential that this will be good. I don't like the fact it's going to Hulu. That's a situation because Clive Barker has a working relationship with Hulu. He's got the rights back. It makes sense. Loads of people are massively against this. I get it. Loads of people have a problem with the fact it's a trans lead playing Pinhead. I get it. Very different from Doug Bradley. It's quite reminiscent to the book though, so it's kind of swings aroundabouts on what you think. And a lot of those people are like, no Clive Barker, no Hellraiser. Well, he's got the rights back now, and he was all happy with this, so kind of makes sense, really. It's one of those difficult things to sort of judge. But let's take a look. This is all from Bloody Disgusting. Hulu's Hellraiser movie, rated R for strong bloody violence and graphic nudity. Now, this is from David Bruckner. Such a good director. Did The Ritual, The Night House. The Night House was actually developed from a Hellraiser script, which once you watch it with that knowledge, you can kind of see the Hellraiser vibes coming through. But I really liked it. Like I really like The Night House, and I really like The Ritual. I think he's a very underrated director, quite frankly. I think he's very, very good. Now, Pinhead and his Cenobites are plotting a big return with two brand new Hellraiser projects in the works. First up is a new Hellraiser movie for Hulu, which has received its R rating this week. Now, the other project is David Gordon Green directing a Hellraiser TV series for HBO. I doubt that's going to happen now. It's been so long gestating. I don't think it's happening. Or suddenly it will just happen and everything will come out all at once. It's difficult, right? It's a difficult one to talk about. Yeah, interesting stuff. Now, I think this movie getting pushed right out the gate before the Hellraiser series is actually a good thing. It actually puts the series on the back foot. Because if this is good, the series has to follow that. So, yeah. Coming out first and coming out strong is actually always the better. So, David Bruckner, who helmed The Ritual, The Night House, he is directing it. And that's going to be for Spyglass Media, formerly Spyglass Entertainment, I think it was. Said to be a Hulu feature film written by Ben Collins and Luke Piotrowski. Again, those two did The Night House, so they're very much back on board in that vein. They're, again, very clear Hellraiser fans. That's always good. It does help. This is good news. Like I am happy about this. Genuinely happy about this. So Hulu's Hellraiser has been rated R for some very Hellraiser-y things. And this is what it's done. So, strong, bloody horror, violence, and gore. Oh, that sounds very British, doesn't it? Oh, some strong, bloody horror and violence there, and gore. Very... Anyway, whatever. But anyway, so rated R for strong, bloody horror, violence, and gore. Language throughout, and some sexual content, and brief graphic nudity. Now, the Cenobites, it's a very BDSM culture and things like that. So, you know, brief nudity, yeah, fine, sure. You know, they weren't really massively just out there in the Scarlet Gospels. Sorry, not the Scarlet Gospels, the Hellbound Heart. You know, which is what this is developed from. You know, it wasn't a full-blown sex party basically on the pages. So brief graphic nudity, I can get with that, and some sexual content again, I can get with it. It sounds about right, is what I'm trying to say. It doesn't sound too subdued. It sounds about right. It is released on Hulu. It's not going to be in theaters, so the chances of them dumbing this down are slimmer, you know, than if it was released in theaters. The chance of them dumbing it down even further is quite high because they want to mainstream it. Obviously, we don't have a date yet for Hellraiser, but it's going to be debuted as a Hulu original. Now, this is the interesting part. So the project is being described as a loyal yet evolved reimagining of Clive Barker's 1987 horror classic, and the best possible news is that Clive Barker is on board as a producer. So, I don't really know any news about him being on board as a producer. He won the rights back, and then suddenly, You know, he came on board as a producer for this. It's his work again now. But not only that, is that he was given executive producer credits for the new Hellraiser TV series as well, which I think they just did as a courtesy thing to either stop him from suing to get the rights back for that, or, you know, to keep him sweet, I guess. It's a difficult one to sort of break down. Oh, side note, I just thought I'd jump back in. I'm sort of editing the video. I wanted to jump back in and just say, look, that is literally just my guesswork in terms of why Clive Barker was given the executive producer credit. I don't want to misconstrue and say that I know anything. I actually don't on that. That one is just, yeah, difficult. Like, we don't know. But it was very convenient timing as to him getting the executive producer credit and winning the rights back. It's an interesting thing to dive into. Probably not best served in this video, but I just wanted to add some more context behind that statement and make you all aware that that's just me spitballing out loud and make you all, yeah, completely clear-cut aware of that. But him on board as a producer for this, he actually owns the rights back to Hellraiser now. So I think once he got the rights back, it was instantly announced as a Hulu exclusive, which to me, he already has a working relationship with Hulu, so that is all his doing. But anyway, just thought I'd dive in real quick. So this news, I think, is good. You know, some of it sounds quite generic from the leaked test screenings and things. I don't want to get too much into it here, but I think this is nothing but positive. You know, graphic nudity, strong bloody violence, rated R, direct to streaming. It has a lot of positive elements, this. So I'll hand on over to you. What do you think? Love to hear it. Let me know down below in the comments section. It's good to get some news on this. This was sort of my jam for so long. So it is good to start covering it again. And obviously when this does finally get released, we will be covering it extensively. And hopefully we'll have more lore to break down. Loads of people keep banging on about lore videos. And I get that. But, you know, when you've explored as much as I have of an in-universe thing, it becomes, yeah, it becomes exhaustative. You believe you've covered most stuff. But anyway, cheers, ladies and gents. Take care. Also, ladies and gentlemen, consider checking out my Teespring store. Supporting the channel via this way does go a long way. But also, not only that, you do get to wear some awesome merch. These are one-of-a-kind designs designed for me by my graphic designer. We, of course, have our Clown World line, which is in mugs, hoodies, t-shirts. We've got Space Jeebus. And then for something a little bit different, we, of course, have right down at the bottom right here, we have our Pulsar GTIR. Also, ladies and gentlemen, consider checking out and supporting my second channel, which is Car Nonsense. This is a vlog and car channel. You can find links to this in the description box, along with my Teespring. Please do consider supporting.